evening from South Philadelphia. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, no question, there's one direction this Sixers team is going. It's taken a lot of trust and no question, a lot of patience.
Ed, I hear what you're saying, and the Sixers are on the up and up. But let's remember who built the foundation. Sam Hinkie deserves a lot more credit. I know this new management has taken them to new heights, but it all started with Mr. Hinkie.
Well, the fans in Philadelphia are reaping the rewards right now. The opening tip won by the Sixers, and we're underway here in Philadelphia. To Anthony. Lets it fly from long range. That's the start they were looking for, just as the fans were getting seated.
And I love that aggression. Stylistically, you have to come out and dictate the tempo of the ball game. Don't ease your way into it. Keep your foot on the gas.
And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Sixers have the basketball. Butler to Embiid. Shot from in close, no good. Bledsoe at the basketball. They trail by one. Bledsoe slams it down.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Embiid to Butler. From long range, his first effort off the mark. DiVincenzo to Antetokounmpo. He throws it down.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
Simmons to Anthony. Beyond the arc for three. He made his first effort, but not that time. Milwaukee with the basketball to Antetokounmpo. DiVincenzo. Goes to the left side. Surveys the floor. Middleton. Not getting the bounce. To Butler. Has a chance.
What's up, man? Tried chatting other game but looked like he was busy in conversation.
Nice touch around the basket.
Hey, what's going on, MC Philly? What's happening,
As my
buddy?
mother
How
would
you
say
doing?
to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Antetokounmpo to Bledsoe.
What's going on?
He's looking for that touch.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Nice pass to set things up.
You know, I'm going to say something that people probably won't like, but guess what? I don't care. I'm already crowning Ben Simmons as a top 5 playmaker in the league. His first true season, he had 18 points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds. He could finish around the rim and make everybody else around him look great. There's no doubt about it. He has all the ingredients to be the heir to the throne.
Butler. Jimmy Butler. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
You know, Jimmy Buckets really has an
Fly
inspiring
Eagles
story.
fly
From
NFC
being
divisional
homeless at the
Let's
age
go
of
beat the
13
Saints
before
who
moving
that
in with a
Eagles
friend,
cats who
breathes like a
LOL.
basketball
Oh, you
version of
better
LeBron
believe it, man.
James. That grit
You
has
better
become
believe
the
that's what
fabric
it's all
of his
about.
DNA.
Sunday beating
From
the
Tyler
Saints.
Junior College to Marquette to the 30th
better
pick in the
believe
first
it,
round. Are
MC
you
Philly,
kidding me?
man.
To where he is now.
It's
Jimmy
all
Buckets
about
has
beating
had
the
to
Saints,
earn
man.
every inch that this game is given.
This Sunday, you better believe it, man.
Can convert the free throw.
It's all about
Both coaches dipping into their reserves.
And I'm
Changes
thinking
coming
a lot
onto the
about the
floor.
game, you know.
Antetokounmpo.
I got that game going across my mind a lot.
Finishing inside
And
the
we're getting
paint
real close
on
to
that
Sunday,
one.
you know.
That's lunch pail
We're
business
getting pretty
right there.
close to
Don't
Sunday.
worry about the no call.
It's
Keep
going to really be a
powering
big
through.
game. This is the biggest game for Philly, man.
Butler. Deep left corner. Anthony.
It's going to be a big game.
Yes. Carmelo.
And
Gonna
Anthony.
be a
2
tough
for
game,
3
but
now
it
here in
that
the
won't
first.
be a blowout this
Mixed
time.
opinions
It's
with
going to
Carmelo
be
Anthony.
tough, man.
How will you
This is the
remember
tough.
his career?
This game
Well, as
ain't
of
going to
right now,
be
he's a
easy
catch
at
and
all.
shoot type player, but for
You
me
know what I mean?
personally,
But
Carmelo Anthony will
I
go
feel
down
if
as one of
there's
the
anybody that
greatest
could beat the
isolation
Saints,
players of all time. Back in his
Why
Denver
not us?
days, his earlier New York Knicks days,
know?
there was nobody better
The
in
Eagles, I
isolated
believe,
set
could beat the
than
Saints.
CJ.
I believe the Eagles could beat the
Fultz with the
Saints.
basketball.
But we got to have a
Right
game
now,
plan.
12 all.
Eagles
To
got to have a
Butler.
serious game plan.
4-3. You on top.
And we got to
Jimmy
shut down
Butler
Drew Brees.
contesting contested
I
three.
think our
He
players
buries
are
it.
pissed
And
and are
watching all
gonna
these
play
great
like
shooters
it.
on the floor at once, it
Oh,
almost mesmerizes
you
me.
know what? We're
It's
gonna
like
have to
you're
play like
watching
the
the
Super
shot
Bowl,
in slow
man.
motion, the
The Eagles will
backspin.
have to
It gives
play
up the feel that the
the
ball's
Saints
going in
like we
every
played the
time.
Patriots. That's
Over
the
the
only
right
way.
side. To
The
Antetokounmpo.
Eagles, they're gonna have to play their butts off, man.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's now 5 for
This
6.
Sunday,
I
the
don't know
Eagles
what
will have to
halftime
play as if
evaluation
it's
will
the
be
Super
worse,
Bowl.
the ankles or the bruised
This
Eagles.
game right here is gonna have to be like the Super Bowl. That hard.
Oh, he had it.
Ed, the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a
And
shooter,
Eagles
you either
possibly
have to be able
looked
to
at
create
film
more
from
space off the
Saints
dribble for
versus
your shot,
Cowboys
or
'cause
have
the
a much
Cowboys
faster
beat
release.
them.
Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
Lays it up and in.
Well, they have such
think
great
possibly
flow
look
to their
at-
offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one
Okay.
player individually. It's moving
The
around the
Cowboys did beat
perimeter,
them.
and it's
To get a
zipping. They're
blueprint.
playing with a special
Yes, sir.
cohesiveness.
Give him 2 points.
Okay,
High
you said the
percentage.
Eagles.
That's
Okay.
what I'm talking about, Ed.
The
It's
Eagles
that
was looking
simple.
after
Put the ball
the Eagles
in
was
the
looking
bucket.
at the Cowboys.
control.
We're watching a lot of film. We got to the Eagles got to look at we got to take pages from the Cowboys.
Anthony.
Yes. Got to watch a lot of film.
No good.
The Cowboys knocked off the Saints.
Deep 3.
Yes.
The buzzer. We're through one at Wells Fargo Center with the Sixers on top. Jay and I back with more after this. It's NBA Monday on EA Sports. One of those
Yeah, I
games,
hope so.
every
I'm
shot
sure they
seems
did
to be
look
going
at the
down.
film.
Only one quarter in the books, Jay. Defensively, what needs to be tightened up?
If anything on this game, Ed, you have to expect the unexpected. When players have range that extend outside
Yeah,
the
the Eagles
gymnasium,
will have to look at a
we're
lot
gonna
of
get a
film.
chance to watch something special.
We're going to have to study a lot in order to win.
To Butler. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's off the
You know,
side of the rim.
The New
Short.
Orleans Saints right now is the best team in
Bledsoe with
football.
it up top.
That's
Down
the
a
number
point.
one team in the NFC. So the Eagles are
To
going to have to do a
Antetokounmpo.
lot of film watching to beat the Saints.
Baseline drive. The shot won't fall. Yes. And the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Flyers actually won tonight. Finally, they are sucking. They lost like 8 in a row before tonight.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah,
at the line for
I know.
a chance at a 3-point play. A
Yeah, the
career
Flyers have been looking
74%
good.
free throw shooter.
They've
Free
been losing
throw
a lot
up
of
and good.
games.
Gives him a 2-point lead.
Yeah. The Flyers started off good. I don't know what happened. They started off good.
Gets it in the left corner.
No.
Butler. Rebound taken by Milwaukee.
I don't know what happened.
Bledsoe with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Trying to cash in. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Into the front court comes Smith. Down just a couple. Won't go down.
I don't think we will make
Bledsoe with
playoffs.
it up
Like,
top.
do we need a
Minute gone
rebuild?
by in this second quarter.
Yeah, it's looking like
To
that.
Antetokounmpo.
Remember, the same thing happened with the Phillies. Last year, same thing happened with
And
the Phillies.
get rid of
Screen
everyone.
sets him up for 2.
It looks like he's using his
you
ball
know what,
handling
I
to feel
hope,
the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
I hope we don't have
Terrific.
to get rid of everyone.
Anthony buries it on the catch and shoot. Knowing Carmelo Anthony, the
I hope we
competitor,
don't gotta get
you
rid of
know
everybody.
he wants to do the same
But-
things as he was doing 5 years ago.
But if that's
Can
what
he?
you got to
Well,
do,
the answer easy is no. Your mind is telling you yes, but your body is saying the exact opposite. The next step for Carmelo Anthony is to understand that he needs to keep it simple. If he's a catch-and-shoot player, help provide spacing and open up that lane for other players to attack.
Butler, that's off the side of the rim, no good. Bledsoe with the basketball. Leads just a point. Can't connect. Defense did its job that time.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Adetokunbo can't connect.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Like Flyers had hope last year or year before, and now it's a disaster. I don't know what happened. Do you know what happened with them?
Going to signal for a timeout as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game.
You know what? It might be time for us to rebuild. Some of the players we might have got to go. We might got to clean house. You know? Flyers might got to rebuild, man. And this same situation can happen to the Eagles. You know, Carson Wentz hasn't been playing his best this year. And I really hope that I really hope that Nick Foles continue to
changes coming from both sides right now.
You know, I hope Nick Foles, they keep Nick Foles, man.
Not big finish. Hey. Full head of steam that time. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Butler to Reddick. Going to launch beyond the arc.
Maybe we should just tank and get first pick. Like, are we losing enough? We might get first pick in NHL draft.
You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Adetokunbo shot no good.
Maybe we should get rid of some people. Clean house, man. It might be time to clean the house.
Reddick. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball going
are looking real good.
Butler to bring it up.
Penguins, Capitals.
And a nice finish at the rim.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish
for 2 or 3 points. Flyers got knocked off in the first round.
Missed it. Not much more you can ask for.
Like I want to see a coverage been wait along since 1975.
Jimmy Butler not looking pretty. 3 for 10. There's a toughness he learned under Tibbs at 2 stops, and no question that rubs off on younger players.
There is something that Jimmy Butler does that no other player in the NBA does. He gets into your psyche. He gets into your head each and every possession. He enjoys the process of the fight. Every single blow. There is a pleasure in the pain.
To Reddick. For 3, defenders could lose sleep with this guy. J.J. Reddick, well defended, still knocks it down.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the Hornets can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
New blood coming in for both sides.
Subbing in for the Bucks, number 9.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
No, I looked. Our last cup was in 7-5.
Philadelphia with the basketball.
Okay, the last time they won. Okay, 7-5.
Simmons. Here's a chance from long range. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Bledsoe with it up top. His guys can hold for the final shot. Taken by the Sixers. Reddick. He engulfed him that time.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Time expires to end the first half. The 76ers have the lead.
the 76ers have themselves a narrow lead. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. Have a look at the leading scores for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Bucks aren't down by much after 2 quarters. And without question, they can put themselves in a position to win this game if they continue to rack up the assists. Have a look at the leading scores for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Game track. Assists.
The first half is exactly what coaches want to see from their players offensively. The ball is moving, players are taking great shots, and the assist totals keep going up.
Player of the half.
Melo is providing all of the evidence needed to show that rebounding starts with positioning. You don't need to be the strongest man on the court to have a chance at a rebound. Of course, it doesn't hurt if you're the strongest man out there.
Who was cold?
Eric Bledsoe hasn't had much luck getting into an offensive rhythm. He's been able to get shots up, but more often than not, they just haven't been dropping for him. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Bucks at the controls. Off the penetration, almost, but no good.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Has a look. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here, because that was not an easy look.
Butler into the front court. His guys lead here.
But yeah, I really hope Eagles win. I think they have a good chance.
Yeah, you know what? I feel the same way, man. I feel like the Eagles got a shot.
He's going to get 3 shots here.
You know?
A career
Why not?
81% free throw shooter.
I mean, it really don't make a difference. If we lose, we're out. We came in as the last seed. The Eagles did kind of good.
Down the first.
The Eagles, we have gotten far compared to the season we had this year. There's a lot of people saying we ain't even supposed to been this far. You know? So we had a rough season, man. A lot of injuries. And we're in the divisional round this year. With all the injuries that the Eagles had this year, we're
Knocks
lucky.
down the second free throw.
We're lucky. We're lucky. You know? I'm not saying the Eagles are not good, but we got to consider ourselves lucky. Based on the season we had this year. The Eagles
Takes
did
advantage
pretty
of
much
the
the
foul.
best.
3 for 3 at the line.
We did the best. You know? The
Bucks
Eagles got good
basketball
luck,
to
man. I feel
Bledsoe.
good luck. If the Eagles play right according to our game plan,
Whoa, Chris
Eagles-
Middleton. It's been a
you know
quiet
what?
night. Only
MC
3
Eagles
attempts,
right
but he
now,
makes that
there
one
is good
stick.
luck on the
In the
Eagles
paint,
side.
you need to
I
finish.
just think
Just
there's something
like
special
that.
right now in the air for the Eagles, man. I don't know. Based
Yay,
on that,
hopefully the football gods are still on our side.
To
of
Butler.
course.
Fires the 3. Bucks take
Now,
down the
now
board.
here's another thing. If we beat the Saints,
Bledsoe
if
at
the Eagles
basketball.
beat the Saints,
His
oh yeah.
guys down 3. Middleton buries the wide open
Eagles
three.
beat the
That's
Saints.
too easy.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging
If
back
the
on
Eagles,
defense before the ball even goes through the net,
if the Eagles
that
beat
speaks
the
for
Saints,
itself.
Butler to bring it up.
They gonna go
He'll
far.
run the offense. Fires the three.
If the Eagles
He's not
beat the
shy
Saints,
about
the
shooting
Eagles
it
can
from
beat
out
the
there,
Rams.
but he misses this time.
No doubt.
Greek
We
freak
beat the Rams.
for two.
They beat the Rams this year.
Whoa, Chris Middleton. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
You know, it's going to be a
That's a strong
dogfight, though,
finish.
man.
Regardless of contact,
But
finishing strong is key.
To me, it doesn't matter because Philly gave their best.
To Butler. Lets it fly from long range. Not that time.
That's all that matters.
Yes!
Woo!
And a foul.
Let's go
He'll have a
Texas.
chance at a three-point play.
He should get
Williams.
some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Wilson Chandler trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 76%
Yeah, Eagles are hot
from the
going
line.
into playoffs after game against us. The Saints have struggled more a little bit, not as many points.
I'm telling you, right now, the Eagles are hot, man. Nick Foles is playing his best.
It's the free throw.
Nick Foles is playing historic football right now, man.
So we def had more of the momentum.
Yeah, you better believe it. I
Bucks
believe
at
the
the
Eagles got the
controls.
momentum. You got Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham. Eagles ain't no bum team, man. We knocked off the Bears.
Not that time.
We beat the Bears this year,
To
and we beat
Butler.
the Rams in the regular season.
And he drains it. We talk so much about who are the MVP
Yes, the Eagles
candidates,
lost to
but
the
there are
Saints
other guys who are
48-7.
so valuable to
But
their
remember,
teams.
that was under
and Jimmy
Carson Wentz.
Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a
was under
phrase that I
Carson Wentz
use when I
when we lost
describe players
48-7.
like Jimmy Butler. It's
Keep
called
that in mind.
most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain
There we go.
mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game.
Right.
He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball game.
Should have made it up. Pump shot. Carmelo Anthony. Sixer.
Carmelo Anthony, couple of free throws
11
on the way.
points tonight.
Hasn't missed yet.
Oh, he's doing good.
And hits the first free throw.
Yay, it's a first possession. We must absolutely score a touchdown first drive of game.
The Eagles played real good against the Bears. You better believe it, man. You better believe
Goes
it.
2 for 2 at the line.
The Saints are a bad team, man.
Cause it could possibly be a shootout.
Bledsoe with it up top.
Oh, it's going to be a
The
shootout.
deficit now up to 5.
Oh, yeah.
To Lopez.
It's going to be a shootout, buddy.
Lopez. Not a busy night,
It's
but
gonna be a
effective.
shootout,
2
man.
for 2.
And sometimes
So,
less is more.
like I
Keeping
said-
it simple is the best way.
But I definitely
It's
think
in the
the
hands
Eagles
of
have a good game
Philadelphia.
plan. And I like Nick Foles,
Harky
man.
choked LOL.
Simmons.
Shoot. Who
To
did you
Reddick.
say so?
From long range. That's good D. Shot
Somebody
no
said
good.
somebody choke.
Notice that the defense isn't giving him as much space anymore. They're crowding him every time he catches the ball and really getting into his legs defensively.
Bledsoe. Short jumper won't go down. Anthony
The Bears
knocks
kicker.
it down and the foul. And a chance now at a 4-point play.
The most important part for the offensive player
Yeah,
is to
Carmelo,
create space. If you can create space,
the
you
kicker
can find
choked,
your
man.
rhythm. And that's what we saw.
The kicker choked, and Doug Peterson called timeout, icing the kicker. Also, don't forget, there was a lot of win in that game. There was a lot of win in that Chicago game. There was a lot of win. Who's that?
Carmelo Anthony with a chance at a 4-point play.
There was a lot of
He's perfect
wind
from
in
the
that
line so
Chicago
far.
game that guided the ball.
Your mic.
I don't know what you're talking about. There was a lot of win in that Chicago game.
You can count that one. 4-point play. The Bucks at the controls.
Block it.
Has a
Yeah, you
chance.
got a hand on the ball to Hester. Thou
Not
tipped
that
it.
time.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot.
Right there, baby.
When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy who doesn't have confidence.
J.J. Redick. Lighten it up for the Sixers.
To
Let's
Middleton.
go Philly.
It's
Get
denied
out of
by
here.
Embiid.
Get out of
Slow
here.
him down like that afterwards.
What's that, dog?
Anthony. Shot's no good.
Hey.
You have to like the confidence, but that was a difficult shot.
Why his mic sound like that?
DiVincenzo.
Black. What happened?
Count the basket at the rim.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
It wasn't a miss, we tipped it, but Parkey still choked, lol.
Yeah, the Potter choked. Everybody's saying that the Eagles, yeah, you got people saying that the Eagles tipped the ball. Man, that Potter choked.
Simmons to Anthony. Beyond the arc for three. Not that time.
That
He
Potter
misses.
choked for Chicago. Choke.
4-3. It's good.
Choke.
Coach wants to see more from his D.
It's all about creating space with the dribble.
You know,
Once
it's
you have that
playoff
gap,
time, though,
you can
you know?
beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
Win or go home.
Anthony.
Yo, back up from the mic,
Off
my
the
guy.
mark.
Yeah, you know, win
Middleton.
or go home.
Buries
baby.
it on the catch and
Win or
shoot.
go
Well,
home.
the defense has been
Playoff
good,
time, man.
but the shot-making ability
You know
has
what I'm
been
saying?
better. And sometimes
Welcome
for
to
NBA
the
players
screen,
at this
buddy.
level, the more you're in their
Welcome to the
face, the more it helps them center their
Let's
focus
go.
on the target,
That's
which
what
is
I'm
making the
talking
shot.
about,
Let's
I
go.
know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a
Yeah,
real thing.
that's what I'm talking about. Let's go Sixers. Big Simmons, baby. Get that out of here.
3 quarters down. It's the Sixers out in front.
You pull an all-nighter.
It's been a compelling game so
An
far.
all-nighter?
The fourth quarter is underway.
Well, I've done it before. You can ask my boy, MC Philly. He'll tell you I used to come on all night, man.
To
I did
Butler.
all-nighter.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc.
I
That
did a
was
lot of
off the
time,
mark.
man.
It's no good.
I got a lot of
looking
videos.
like
I used to
Dikembe
do all-nighters,
Mutombo.
man.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready.
I've done all
And
nighters.
he's fouled. Earns
I
a
used to
trip
do
to the
this
foul
all
line,
night,
Jay.
man, from
This
9
drives
o'clock
me
at
nuts
night
when I see
to
fouls
7
like
in the
that
morning.
being
I was
called in a
screening
close
10
game.
videos,
Sometimes you just gotta let them
13
play.
videos a day. Literally. I was on a run.
Oops,
MC
he
Philly,
missed
he'll
the
tell
first
you.
one.
I played 82 games for 4 seasons in hockey.
Grind,
my
don't
5th
stop.
season in basketball.
Second one
Maybe
goes.
has
It's
but
a
doesn't
1-2
as
trip.
often anymore.
Milwaukee with the basketball.
Yeah, MC Philly will tell you. Ask MC Philly, my buddy in
and
the
the
chat
foul.
room. Ask
And a
him.
chance at 3.
He'll tell
coming
you,
up.
man.
People become so
I
fixated
did a
on
lot
the
of
hands
videos,
or
man.
the arms
A
or the strength
lot
of the
of videos.
arms. I look at the legs. The
You know what I
strength
mean?
of
I
his
gotta
legs
get back
help
to
him
it, you know.
power through that play.
I got to
That's how
get
you
back to how I
and
used to
ones.
do it. Yeah, man, I will do an all-nighter, man. Easy. A video after video after video after video, I was doing all-nighters. Especially when I was doing
Eric
hockey.
Bledsoe
and
at
Madden
the line
football
for a
and
chance at a
basketball.
3-point
You got a
play.
subscriber.
For his career, 79% at the line.
Okay, no doubt, man, no doubt.
Free
That's
throws
what's up,
good.
man.
A 3-point play.
Okay.
And the lead cut in half.
Thank you for the
it's
love,
now
man.
down to 3.
Yeah, MC
Markel
Philly will
Fultz.
tell
Maybe
you,
will you
man.
this
Going
weekend?
to launch beyond the arc. Smothering D.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see
wait,
the
I gotta
ball
check
go in the hole.
Right
Wait a
time.
minute, I'm going to
right
go on my,
player.
hold on.
Can't teach height.
Yeah, I get to there, man. Let me check my thing real quick.
Am doing it now.
DiVincenzo. Bledsoe. Wide open look, won't go.
Oh, I like that. You got the defense
yeah,
rotating
man.
from side to side. They're
I
even
used to
recovering.
Will you
lot of
stream all
videos,
night this
You gotta
weekend?
make that one.
I don't know. Yeah, boy.
Bucks at the controls.
Hey, you know what, Philly? I might, man. I might do it, man. I might do that this weekend, man. Who knows, man?
And
I
scores.
might do
Strong
an
take.
all-nighter.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup.
I got so much content that it's crazy, man.
Can't get the bounce.
It's crazy, MC Philly, man. How I did like 2,000
Bledsoe at the basketball.
and 100 videos,
Down
man.
3.
I got 2,000 some videos online, man.
End to end on that one. 94 feet for the basket.
You know.
How on earth are you going to let someone go coast to coast in a tight game like this?
I love the sports
That's
videos.
off the side of the rim.
You know, I
No
love
good.
the game
Shooters
play.
shoot.
Yeah, cause
Period.
usually
I don't
on
wanna hear
weekends
any
I stay up
excuses.
till like
That's why
4
you're on
or
the floor.
5 in the morning.
You keep doing what you're doing with that superior
Like
confidence.
I said,
A lot of contact on that play.
MC
He
Philly
plays
knows me
through it
best.
and
Charles
scores.
Rodgers know me best.
As my mother would say to the defender,
MC
A
Philly's
for
been watching
effort,
me since I've
F
been
for
out.
results.
So I came out in
Sixers have the basketball.
2017. I've been
Butler.
around for about,
To Fultz.
might be 2 years.
Through
soon.
3. That's off the side of the
Might
rim.
be 2
Short.
years. I've been around. I've done a lot of videos. This
Open
ain't my
the
first
defense.
time around the block
Bledsoe
on
with it up
YouTube no
top.
more.
Leads
I
just
used
a
to
point.
say I was new, not no
Try
more.
to cash in. He connects. Had all the time in the
I've
world.
done
Too
a lot of
easy.
videos.
Look at that.
A lot of videos.
Calm under pressure.
You
You
know,
see a
and of
lot of
course
guys
I do
rush
showcase
those. Nice
of all the
extra
Philly
moves there.
sports. I
Sixers
got the
call
Philly
for
teams
time.
jumping
That's
off.
their first of the final 3
I
minutes.
even got college
That leaves them with
basketball. I've
one
done that.
remaining.
I know
I've
the
done high
fans
school
didn't get a chance to
basketball.
hear this during
I've
the
done
break, but the coaches
WNBA.
are wearing a mic for
I
the
mean,
broadcast.
dang,
I heard a lot of
Do you
arguing
eat a lot?
inside the huddle. It lets you know that the intensity level is pretty high going into the fourth.
Do you eat a lot? Of course I eat a lot. Yeah, I eat a lot. I like to eat. Do you like to eat? Yeah, I eat a lot. I try not to. I try to eat healthy food, but yes, I like to eat.
Yeah, I've been watching his content from almost the beginning in 2017, I think.
You know, yeah, I've been out for a minute.
Seafood.
Man, I like it all, baby. I like it all. I had a guy ask me, do I like to eat? TBE Nation.
No bro, I am play and keep grinding big bro, you going to make it FR, just keep
Hey,
going.
man, I love to eat, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like
Both
to eat.
coaches hitting the
I
reset
try
button.
to eat
Fresh
healthy
legs
stuff,
coming
but
onto
I
the
like
floor.
to eat, man. I'm not ashamed of that. I like to eat.
Fultz to
I'm
Butler.
sorry. I like to
Here's
eat.
a chance from long range. Can't connect.
I like to eat. You know, people ask me I like to eat. Yes, I like to eat.
Not that time.
And as a matter of fact, everybody likes to eat. Animals like to eat.
To Fultz.
Who don't like to eat?
Butler hits
Everybody
it.
likes
And
to
the
eat.
foul. And a chance
Eating is
now
part of
at a
life. You don't eat,
4-point
you
play.
die.
But did you see on that three-point shot?
Everybody
did you
like-
see
I
him
love to
slightly
eat. I
kick
love
his legs
BBQ
out?
food
By
like
kicking his legs
burgers,
out,
steaks,
the
and
defender
ribs.
runs into the legs.
Woo,
There's
man.
contact. That's how
Oh,
you get
my
a
God, I gotta
four-point
get-
play potentially.
A lot of times, I try to eat healthier food, you know. I try to eat healthier foods, man, but who don't like to eat, man? I'm not no dietitian, man.
Jimmy Butler
I am
with a
not no
chance at a
dietitian.
4-point play.
Shoot.
Shooting 50%.
I
Some
like
yes,
to eat.
some no.
I
in
love
this
seafood.
contest. Got it.
I like salads. I love ice cream. I like pies and cakes. I like it all, man. Steak.
Bledsoe with the basketball. His
Pork
guys
chops, I
now
like it all,
trailing by a
man.
point. To Lopez.
I like it all. Don't like
Short jumper.
I love Chinese food too.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest? Or
Chicken
did you
tender
just miss a
salad.
shot? But now you have me
That
thinking about
sounds
that
good
the
now,
entire next
LOL.
possession.
Man, you know what? Also in Philly, they got some good spare ribs. I love good
5 on the
barbecue
shot
spare
clock for
ribs.
Philadelphia. To Butler. Fires the 3.
Oh,
Another
check it
chance.
out.
Joel
Oh,
well. If you ever
Embiid.
go to Philly,
Quiet night, but 2 for 3
They
in
have
the
a real good
contest
restaurant
right
in
now.
Philly,
No
Gino's.
excuse to not be a little bit
Gino's
more physical there
cheesesteak.
on the defensive end. Needed
So
that
if you ever
stop.
go to Philly, try the Gino's cheesesteak
To
in
Bledsoe.
Philly. Oh, my God. Oh,
Doesn't
my
have
God.
a touch.
Gino's
No good.
cheesesteak.
You know, and everybody gives so much credit to the guy who
Wait,
contested the shot,
let me see.
but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the
I
defense.
don't like
When you have a
to
guy
eat
back
food,
there who
I
can
like
block
to eat
shots and tells
pussy.
you to apply more pressure, you know you're in the same
Okay.
place.
Misfires. It's no
All right.
good.
All right.
Bledsoe
All right.
to DiVincenzo. Big finish at the rim.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the
Emoji
inside of
happy
his
tears,
forearm, it lets
emoji
you know
happy
how
tears,
hard he dunked
emoji
that
happy
basketball.
tears,
Now
emoji
whistle and a
happy
timeout
tears,
for
emoji
Philadelphia.
happy
That's gonna be
tears.
their second of the final
You
3
trolling
minutes.
B Nation.
No more the rest of the way.
Well, first off, energy and persistence
Or
conquer
being
all
funny.
things. But look at the way
You
they're
know-
setting
you know what?
screens.
I
Look at the
would
way they're
comment,
communicating to each
but I
other.
promise
They're
I'ma
actually
keep
hitting
it
people
clean.
on those screens, and they're coming off those screens with
promise
their hands in a
that I
target
would keep
area,
it clean.
ready to shoot the
PG-13,
basketball.
man.
When you play the game with that kind of precision and that kind of energy, you
PG-13,
see why
got
they're in the
children
league.
and family
Bra, you
watching
funny.
it. PG-13. I'm a good guy. I try to be good, man. I try to keep it clean. I can be very funny, though. I try to keep it clean, man.
I brew you fuck with dreams and nightmares.
Oh, no, who is Dreams and Nightmares? I think I heard about it. Who is it?
Tell them about the Pornhub advertisement LOL. What?
Some lineup changes now for both
Oh!
teams.
Oh! 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 I know each other.
Meat mill.
Simmons
You're
with a
talking
shot.
about
That
Pornhub.
won't go. Bledsoe is
Yes.
at top.
Hey, man,
His
I didn't know
guys
how that
now down
happened,
by a
man.
point.
I was playing college basketball, 2K19, and the Pornhub popped up, man. I don't know how that happened, man.
Middleton
I
to
don't
Bledsoe.
porn videos, but oh man, I don't know how that happened, man. That's not family
Terrific
friendly.
vision. Tough looking
I
shot
ain't
there.
do it.
Still gets it to go
I didn't
down.
do it, man.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something
didn't
be
do it,
created.
man. I
I
didn't
think
do
we
nothing
just
wrong,
watched
man.
an epidemic of passing.
You know what?
I've
I'm
never
sup-
seen
you
something
know,
like this
I-
before.
you know,
It was so
I didn't wanna get in
contagious.
trouble for
Everybody
that
started
video.
to do it, and it
I didn't do
ultimately
that, you know.
led to the other team's demise.
If
I
that's an
didn't do that
epidemic,
wrong.
sign me up.
Oh!
He's not
You
shy
be
about
beating
shooting
Yomi.
from out there,
Emoji
but he
happy
misses this
tears.
time.
Emoji
Bledsoe
happy
with the
tears.
basketball.
Emoji
His
happy
team up
tears.
by 1. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles around and out.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there
The
in your
government
face.
is lying
The
about
jawing is only
9/11.
gonna escalate.
Bledsoe with it up top. Looking to make something happen.
Different subject.
Not going down for him this time. Deep 3 at the buzzer. The Bucks claim victory as they just squeak this one out by a point. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA.
I
on
love it when you
EA
call me Big
Sports.
Papa looking ass. Damn, I thought you had it.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Bucks took this down to the wire before getting the win. I could get into detail about their
You
play
Trina
calling and
ride.
shot selection, but let's be honest. We all know that the dunks were the most exciting. I'd be surprised if the rim isn't a little bit bent at this point. The 76ers must be devastated after such a close loss. They shot exceptionally well from beyond the arc, but even that long-range efficiency wasn't enough for them to get the win. Here are the guys who put up the most points. For the Philadelphia 76ers,
Game track. Field goals.
neither of these teams were able to make much of an impact on defense. As you can see here, they were each pretty successful with some efficient scoring.
Player of the game.
My
I'll
guy,
take
where are
Tacumbo.
you?
Put up the kind of points that made him an easy choice for this award. He couldn't be stopped. And when he realized he was in the zone, he just took it to another level.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy.
Come back.
We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2.
Fell asleep.
1.
Here's a look at what's coming up for the Philadelphia 76ers. On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.